Afternoon, welcome to this Woodlands stud weanling preview from Karaka on June 25th. 31 weanlings to sell here on June 26th by our 7 stallions. Better's Delight, American Ideal down by the seaside, What the Hill Speeding Spur and Lather Up.
Look, have a look people, we've got nice videos here today and we've just run through the pedigrees for everyone, so have a look at the video online, give any of us a call, Mark or myself, Cam Bray, he can be the independent New Zealand bloodstock man that can have a look at your bloodstock needs, and like I said, anyone on the team, give us a call, we'll have a look at the horses and we'll get back in touch.
Guys, thanks for coming along. So 31 weanlings to parade today. We'll be in short and sharp as possible with the young ladies and gentlemen. Lot 1002 is a down by the seaside filly out of the Better's Delight mare J Girl, and also 1005 is a lather up filly as well. Better's down by the seaside out of Better's Delight has left the millionaire mare Sea Silk, so the cross is working exquisitely well. 1st of October filly down by the seaside, sire of 4 winners in Australia yesterday, 2 2-year-olds, a 3-year-old, oh sorry, 2 2-year-olds and 2 3-year-olds. Certainly doing the job at the moment, is down by the seaside. 18 individual 2-year-old winners in Australia this year. So far, the leading sire of 2-year-olds in Australia. Second on the 2-year-old size list in Australia behind the King Better's Delight. That's lot 1002, down by the seaside filly out of the Better's Delight mare J Girl. I'll keep going, yep. 1005 is a lather up filly, November filly out of the Christian Cullen mare Jesse's Girl. Lather up starting to make a real impression in both hemispheres and Australia and New Zealand. Had the $150,000 4-year-old mare size stake winner in North America Day in Kentucky, did Lather Up's daughter, called Bath Bomb. She's made close to $400,000 now. He's getting to make a name for himself as a sire of fillies in both hemispheres. 7 2-year-old starters in Australia this year for 5 individual winners has Lather Up. Former North American Cup winner as well. And this is out of a proven mare in Jesse's Cullen by the great Christian Cullen, of course. Nice double up on the 3rd generation here, a 3x3 to win the pocket. So old school pedigree, but a dominant pedigree in this part of the world. So that's lot 1002 and 1005. Down by the seaside filly and a lather up filly. Yeah, the next two. Yep.
Right, the next 2 lots we've got coming through are lot 1007 and 1010. 1007's a September filly, so nice and early, out by a late American Ideal, who's done a fantastic job as a sire in both parts of the hemispheres. Look, this is a nice strong type for a filly. As we all know, Western Ideal's done a huge job on that dam side, so you've got some future broodmare potential here. Being out of a Better's Delight mare who had a couple of places, and the first foal was looking, it was a nice looking yearling and sold well. Out of BJ's Money, who's left a couple of nice horses there herself, like plenty of black type on this page. Like I said, September filly by American Ideal. I think she's got plenty of broodmare potential once she gets to that, and like I said, in this part of the world he's done a fantastic job. Great mover, and like I said, there's not many opportunities now to get these American Ideals with the seamen no longer in Australia, so limited opportunities left in New Zealand to buy these progeny nowadays. And lot 1010 is a November born filly by our resident stallion Speeding Spur, who's just got on the board, which is fantastic in Australia. Limited numbers to date, but he was $1 million horse, won Group 1s in three different places, New Zealand, Australia and America, which is pretty hard done by. So look, fantastic sire, and he's leaving some nice progeny. Look, they're running a few places in New Zealand and he's got a couple that look like they're going to line up and get the job done pretty soon. He's certainly putting some nice size into these horses, and look, they're just lovely temperaments like the horse himself. You know, we think we're going to be pretty happy with what he does. So hopefully he gets a few more numbers on board with some new schemes that have been put together from HRNZ. Love You is a dam sire. Look, we don't need to talk too much about Love You. He's been an absolute superstar in this part of the world. So Speeding Spur out of Love You. A couple of winners already from What the Hill and Majestic Sun on the page, and a wee bit of black type there. Like I said, a nice animal, and I certainly think it's going to strengthen into a nice horse in time. So that's lot number 1007, the American Ideal filly, and 1010, the Speeding Spur filly.
Lot 1013 is a What the Hill filly, and lot 1015 is a Down by the Seaside colt. What the Hill filly out of the Pegasus Spur mare Madam Spur. Pegasus Spur now what I would call a dominant and broodmare sire on both sides of the ditch, certainly leaving a lot of quality foals as a broodmare sire. And What the Hill double last night in Australia at Shepparton. A double to him last night. A couple of very nice horses who have both had 2 starts for 2 wins each. So What the Hill kicking goals in both Australia and New Zealand and North America. Very, very good family. She's an August filly, this one. The family of Marinai, Sunny Elegant, Pegasus Elegant. There's that Pegasus Spur floating through that blood in the second generation like we spoke about before. Tailored Elegance and Pretty Sunday. What the Hill, 27th of August foal for her. 1015's another Seaside out of a Bettor's Delight, the first of our colts we present to you today. Got a funny feeling 1015 will be on a lot of people's radars. The immediate family of American Dealer, who's made a lot of money in Australia and New Zealand and currently racing in North America. Family of Sugar Apple, Sweet Madison, Mr. Robin Hood, who's been a good winner at Menangle, and Where the Boys Are, and of course punching into the second generation there, and only 2 dams on the page. All you need is faith in Pacing Major. As I said, Seaside has well and truly arrived, particularly in New Zealand and Australia in the last 12 months. Going to be a force to be reckoned with. Outstanding yearling sale prices this year for Down by the Seaside in Australia and New Zealand. Had a lot of colts make over $100,000, so I sense lot 1015 is a pinhooker's delight here today, guys. So lot 1013, What the Hill filly. Lot 1015, Down by the Seaside colt.
Right, next up we have lot 1018, and we have lot number 1021. So 1018 is another Down by the Seaside filly out of a Bettor's Delight mare, out of the great mare Dream Offer. So this is our first foal. I think it's a really good example of what kind of progeny we're getting left out of the Bettor's Delight cross for Down by the Seaside. Look, Dream Offer, 10 to race, 10 winners. You can't do much better than that at this part of the world. Like I said, 15th of October, she's pretty nice. Looks like she's going to be a runner. And like I said, a cross that's certainly working out of a family that we've had a lot of success with at Woodlands Stud in the past. Good temperament, and like I said, I think this horse here, Seaside fillies, Bettor's Delight cross, back to Dream Away. Like I said, it's a very, very good cross in this part of the world. Lovely natured horses, and going to do a really good job in this part of the world. Lot 1021 is our 3rd of October What the Hill filly out of the Sundon mare Mekong Princess. She won 3 races. She's got her first foal at the races by Speeding Spur, and it's run a couple of places to date, so it's looking like it's going to punch in the winner's circle pretty quick. So What the Hill's certainly going to be a nice wee pedigree update for this horse here. Look, again, she won 3 in 13 places, and she's already done a job with the first foal. What the Hill, again, he's done a fantastic job in this part of the world. Look, he's got the 3rd favourite going into the Interdoms with Bet and Win, so certainly nothing to be afraid of here. So lot 1021, the What the Hill filly out of Mekong Princess, and lot 1018, the Down by the Seaside filly out of Make Me an Offer.
Follower. All right, lot 1023 is a lather up filly, and lot 1026 is the first of our sweet loos we'll offer to you today as well. So lot 1023, the lather up filly out of the changeover man and El Franco. 3x3 to win the pocket, but a very good family. A lot of winners in this family, right down the page. Franco Nasser, Franco Nate, Franco Novelist, Nathan Franco and Norway. Lather Up's got some seriously good daughters in North America, and there's a couple here, Rose Run Zoe, who has now taken a 1:49 record in Ohio, one of the fastest fillies in Ohio this year by Lather Up. And just a little rinse and repeat on Lather Up, North American Cup winner, serious animal, raced at 4 and won a lot of races. So not one of these 2 and 3 year old speed horses, but a horse that had genuine speed, genuine strength and genuine gait, and holds a record for 1800 metres, a world record at the Meadowlands, does Lather Up. Second filly there is of course a Sweet Lou filly out of the out of the Western Terra mare. Our Melody. Sweet Lou needs no introduction in this part of the world, now a dominant sire in Australia, New Zealand and the USA. Sweet Lou, 2 and 3 year old champion sire in Australia last year. Back-to-back 3-year-old sires, championships in Australia. Recently left the North American Cup winner Lou Print, who if anybody happened to see him a couple of weeks ago in the North American Cup in a stakes and track record time at Woodbine, Lou stamps his foals. He is a dominant sire on both sides, in both hemispheres. Colts and fillies, he leaves them all. Here's lot 1026, a beautiful filly by Sweet Lou out of the Western Terra mare, Our Melody, and a seriously good family. So lot 1023 is a Lather Up, and lot 1026, the first of the Sweet Lou's we will sell tomorrow.
Right, the next 2 fillies we have up are lot 1029, down by the Seaside filly, and 1031, the Sweet Lou filly. Look, I think 1029 is probably one of the sharpest fillies we've got here on page, out of the Christian Cullen mare Pan Forte. She's a lovely horse, and in turn Sinbad, the full brother to this horse, has done a fantastic job. He put 100 grand in the kicker in this part of the world, and he's gone over to the States and he's getting pretty close to that $200,000 mark now, pacing around in 52 over there. So he's certainly a very nice looking horse in the making over there. I think America's going to be the making for him. Like I said, he did a great job in this part of the world, but you've got a chance to buy a full sister here, and it looks like it's going to develop into a very nice filly. 6th of November foal as well, so look, we're really proud of what this horse is. Like I said, Christian Cullen needs no introduction as a broodmare sire in this part of the world, just speed. So down by the Seaside, I certainly think has done a fantastic job, and going to have more speed, I reckon, at the end of the day. So look, 1029, a Seaside filly out of the Christian Cullen mare Pan Forte. And lot 1031 is a Sweet Lou filly out of the Betters the Light mare Queen of Hearts. Again, another family that's had a pretty good success in this part of the world. Queen of Hearts' full brother Henry Hubert did a fantastic job, winning multiple group races, going 54 and putting 400,000 in the kick. So she's a well-related dam here. Again, Sweet Lou, 7th of November foal. We're doubling up the Falcons' future here, but look, I've seen a few foals from this mare now, and this is probably the nicest one that I've seen. At the end of the day, it looks like a runner. Great temperament, and we get the signature Sweet Lou bling that he puts on some of these horses at the end of the day. A lovely horse himself, and he's certainly stamping it in his progeny. So lot 1031, the Sweet Lou filly out of Queen of Hearts, and 1029, the Down by the Seaside filly out of Pan Forte.
Okay, lot 1034 is a What the Hill colt born on the 24th of October, and following the What the Hill colt is lot 1037, the 27th of September Sweet Lou colt. What the Hill, as we said before, double at Shepparton last night, winner at Cambridge as well last night from memory, so 3 winners for him down under in the last 24 hours. Winners at the back end in Australia last week as well. Out of the Muscle Mass mare, Rave Nation. So there's a lot of immediate nice horses in this horse's pedigree. Touch of European blood in the 2nd generation as well, with Giamondi, Parisian Artiste, who's been going very good at Melton lately in Victoria, Elegant Jet and Fonda Ronda. and the third dam as well, the Great Buster Hanover, who is a superstar here in New Zealand for Tony Herlihy. 3x3 to Muscles Yankee and the Great Pine Chip in the 4th generation as well. 1034, a What the Hill colt. 1037 is a Sweet Lou colt, 27th of September. Sweet Lou, now the sire of over 600 individual winners in Australia and New Zealand, out of an American Ideal mare called Rascal Alley. He's a ripper, this colt. I've got a funny feeling he'll be on a lot of pinhookers' radars. The sort of colt the Aussies might be into as well. 3 generations on the page. Sweet Lou needs no introduction as a sire. As we've spoken about before, dominant in both hemispheres. Lovely colt, this boy, lot 1037. Have a good look at him. I think he'll be on a lot of people's radars.
Right, next up we have lot 1039 and 1042. 1039 is the first of one of our 2 Bettor's Delight fillies that we have going in the draft today, and I don't think Bettor's Delight needs any introduction in this part of the world. I think he's probably one of the world's best sire. We've come with that. $600 million in earnings he's approaching for his progeny, so look, I don't think we've ever seen a stallion like it, and I don't think we'll ever see another one again. This family here, running on faith, 10 foals, 8 to race, 7 winners, and look at the mare herself, you know, 320,000, Group 1 winner. So the breeding residual for this horse is just fantastic. She's obviously a mid-November foal. She's a half to Jollymont, who's an open class horse in this part of the world, doing a fantastic job by Sweet Lou. And look, the mother, the faithful Marathon Man, some other really nice horses on the page here. So like I said, she's got plenty of residual as a broodmare, this horse, I think, moving forward. Lot number 1042 is another one of our Down by the Seaside colts out of the American Ideal mare 7 Shillings, who we raced over in Australia and brought her back. Look, this is a pretty current family, to be fair. We've stuck with it, we've put some nice eyes to them, and we're getting rewarded. So second dam 2 and 6pence left American Ideal mare called Ideal Crown, who's had 4 starts for Chelsea Faithful down south and done a fantastic job. Look, she was a January foal that come through the Weanling sales and only sold for $5,000, and she's already won a group race in Group 1 place, so certainly shows what you can buy at the sale. And I say this Down by the Seaside colt, certainly a horse that's growing into his frame really nicely. So he's an October horse, and like I said, I think he's got plenty of scope to be a very, very nice colt when he gets older. Again, a family that's certainly doing a good job and improving more and more by the time we keep sticking with it. So lot 1042, a Down by the Seaside colt out of the American Ideal mare 7 Shillings. And lot 1039, the Bettor's Delight filly out of the Sokies out of mare Running on Faith.
3 betters in the sale.
Do we have 2 or 3?
3. It's all right.
I was trying to skim the page.
Okay. Lot 1045 is one of 6 What the Hills we present to you tomorrow to sell. And lot 1047, another Down by the Seaside colt we present to sell as well. One of 8 Seasides in our draft. So What the Hill, we've spoken about him before, but let's make note of his more immediate and greatest, very successful progeny, Bet and Win, who'll start in the top 3 favourites in the Inter Dominion. He is a great son of What the Hill. He's on to the Inter Dominion following a very easy victory at Menangle on Saturday night. Sire of Group 1 winning Derby winners and Filly and Oaks winners is What the Hill, including Love Me Too, Kiss and Run, and one of the more recent Weanling sale purchases by Woodlands stud out of their draft is a filly called You're Right Dale. She's won over $100,000 now. So she was a Weanling sale purchase, a daughter of What the Hill. So possibly another pinhooker's dream, getting a What the Hill, because his strike rate out of this sale's been very, very solid. Lot 1047, another Down by the Seaside colt out of the Bettor's Delight mare, Stiletto. Seaside Bettor's Delight cross is obviously working in both hemispheres. It's a super cross that's left millionaires. Down by the seaside, closing in on 200 individual winners down under in Australia and New Zealand. His oldest crops down here are only 5. Group 1 winning sire of fillies, sales series winners, and just starting to, get a touch everywhere down by the seaside through both jurisdictions, Australia and New Zealand. 3 dams on the page, and a very, very nice 2nd of September colt, lot 1047.
Right, next up we have lot 1049 and 1051. 1049, another one of our Betters Delight fillies that we've got going through the draft. Look, very current family, the full brother to this one last night at Cambridge for the team at Stonewall Stud, so that's 8 foals to the races, 7 winners now. Look, Tommy Lincoln, plenty of black type on the page there, done a fantastic job. Lincoln's Girl, Lincoln Road, it's a team that Ray Green and that have been pretty happy with, and Stonewall's obviously continued this on last night. Woodlands raced Mare Shakira, a full sister to this, and she's done a fantastic job for Brendan Hill, and she's off to the breeding barn this year. So, lot 1049, a 14th of October filly out of the Falcon Sealster mare Tanya Tandayas. You go back to the 2nd dam, Tandia's Courage, and then we go into the very, very good race mare Artie's Express by Mickey. Look, that's just a fantastic family, and it keeps leaving winner after winner, and some very, very nice horses at the end of the day. So like I said, very current after getting a winner last night, which is the full to this horse, and it gives you a little bit of breeding residual as well. And lot 1051 is a Sweet Lou filly out of the very good mare Victor's Delight, group placed, won $130,000 herself. Left winners to Sweet Lou already. Couple there, Blaze On and No Added Sugar, and then in turn out of Victor Supreme, a very, very good mare as well, who won another 17 and 250,000, group winning mare. So there's plenty of group winning potential on this page, and again it shows what Sweet Lou certainly puts into his foals. He's a lovely looking horse himself, and it's a really, really striking filly here. And like I said, the good thing about it has the breeding potential to move forward, and there's plenty of residual there. Like I said, plenty of group winners. Like I said, Victor Supreme, she's left multiple Group 1 winner Utmost Delight. Another good horse, Keto, who had a start here and then got sold to America for big money. So like I said, it's a very current family, and it's crossing up very well with Sweet Lou. So lot 1051, the Sweet Lou filly out of the Betters Delight mare, Victor's Delight, and 1049, the Betters Delight filly out of the Falcon Sealster mare, Tanya Tandayas.
It's about Speeding Spurs, mate. Here we go. This is yours, mate. All right, lot 1054 and 1056, both by resident trotting stallion Speeding Spur. Look at 1054. What a beast he is. He's Cam's pick of our draft, lot 1054. Pound for pound, what a striking animal he is. So Speeding Spur, he's had his first winner in Australia last week from limited opportunities. Just a little pricey on Speeding Spur. 1 races in Australia, New Zealand and North America. One of the few horses that actually left down under and went to North America and raced. I always talk, the Australians particularly always talk about how great our horses would be in North America, but they don't travel. But the Kiwis dared to travel Speeding Spur. Raced against some great horses up there. Won a Group 1 at Saratoga up there as well. 7 Group 1s for Speeding Spur. First winner last week, made over $1 million. He won the Great Southern Star, which is the heat and final in the same night. So certainly puts a lot of love into his foals, and we think he's probably, on the way up as a sire. Nice horses in this family. Our Spitfire Mum's Pride, lot 1054. He's an August foal, mate. So looks like another pinhooker's dream to me. Lot 1056, another Speeding Spur mare out of the Earl mare Whitney, and an October foal as well. Will be eligible for the next generation HRNZ series, both this colt and filly. 1054, 1056, both by resident trotting stallion Speeding Spur.
Oh, what a horse.
Look at him. Take away the pedigree. The World War II pedigree.
1059 and 1061 coming through the ring next. 1059, another down by the seaside filly out of the Arts Place mare Amaretto Dream. Look, this is a family that's left some seriously speedy horses at the end of the day. Couple dams on the page. Look, the mare's already left the race winner by Rock and Roll Heaven. very fast, 56 mile rate. And then in turn we go back to Adios Dream. Well, look, she's multiple group winning mare, left 5 winners with some serious speed themselves, and then the progeny of them are also left some very, very good horses, the likes of Jessie Duke, Bo Duke, kind of pacing in that 150 mile rate. So they're very, very fast horses. Like I said, 10:59, 16th of October filly. Arts Place needs no introduction in this part of the world. He's just been a ripper of a stallion. Broodmare sire, unbelievable. So down by the seaside filly out of Arts Place. What we love about the stallion is he's crossing up with so many different broodmare sires, and we've certainly put that to fruition and brought them here for you today to have a look at and have a crack with. Lot 1061 is a 28th of August Sweet Lou filly out of the Better's Delight full sister to the mare we raced Need You Now, who was a Group 1 winner. Like I said, this page here, there's some very, very good horses in this part of the world. Look, Lady Antebellum, 7 to race, 5 winners. Billy Badger, group placed horse, won a lot of money. Need You Now, Group 1 winner. Stars Tonight, put another 100 in the kick. Hey Bartender's the Sweet Lou out of this. So look, it keeps leaving very, very nice horses. Third Dam and another Porsche raced over in the States, went 51 and won 400,000, so 35 wins over there. So the page is certainly not shy of leaving winners. So August filly, again, plenty of residual for her, being out of the full sister to the mare we've got Need You Now at home. So 1061 Sweet Lou out of the Better's Delight filly, and 1059 down by the seaside out of the Arts Place mare Amaretto Dream.
Thirsty. Okay, lot 1064, the third of 3 lather up fillies we'll offer up for sale tomorrow out of Christy Biana, a Liz Mara mare who time trialled in 151. Dam of Global Domination, who's won over $300,000. And this is a pedigree page with Group 1 winners on it and over $1 million on the page. A great horse on this page is Bold Cruiser, who did a magnificent job for Eric Anderson in Victoria, won over $600,000. The son of Live or Die. $1 million on the page, as I said, Group 1 winning family, and another very nice filly by Lather Up, a September filly as well, who'll be eligible for the next gen HRNZ series. Lot 1066 Cambrai, here's a colt by American Ideal. Out of the Better's Delight mare Cezanne, the only American Ideal colt in the sale. As we know, they're not making many American Ideals anymore. He's a half to Mitzi Gaynor and Summertime, but more immediately in the second generation of the family is the great Catch a Wave, a winner of over $2 million now in Australia, from the mare out of the family of Copper Beach and DeLovely. So looks like another pinhooker's dream to me. Lot 1066, a powerfully built, strong colt that gets over the ground really nicely. American Ideal, a dominant sire of colts, particularly in Australia and North America. 4 or 5 millionaire colts, and colts out of this sale sold by us have won New Zealand Cups. Copy that. My Hard Copy won the Group 1 winning race in Perth and made over $1 million. So set your sights here. Lot 1066, the only American Ideal colt in the sale.
Right, next up, lot 1069 and 1072. So 1069 is another lovely down by the seaside colt, which has got plenty of strength to it, out of the Better's Delight mare Daydreams. Again, down by the seaside Better's Delight, then we're going back into the Dreamaway cross. Certainly a cross that needs no introduction in this part of the world. Second Dam left Better to My Dreams. Look, she's a nice enough horse, did a good job. And then we go back to the third Dam, Corsinello, who left Corsin Terra. Look, he's a fantastic racehorse, multiple group winner, nearly 500,000 in the kick. So look, he's a very, very good horse, and again, another family that certainly knows how to leave some race winners here. He's a nice sized horse for his age too, so 22nd of October, so a little bit later up here, but he's a very, very nice colt, and he's going to develop into a lovely animal, I think. And lot number 1072 out of the What the Hill colt out of the Pegasus Spur mare Della's Spur. She's always been a favourite of mine over time, being a full sister to our resident stallion Speeding Spur. So look, she's left some really neat types who are certainly getting on with it now, which is nice. She's pretty new to the broodmare barn, but the horses we're seeing and what we're hearing, which are the full to this horse, they're pretty happy with. So look, I think she's certainly going to go on and do us proud like her brother did by winning over $1 million in multiple group race winners. So like I said, she had a couple of fillies to date, so this is the colt we've got, and I think it's going to do a very, very good job. So lot 1072, the colt by What the Hill out of the Pegasus Spur, full sister to Speeding Spur, Della's Spur. And lot 1069, the Down by the Seaside colt out of the Betters Delight mare Daydreams.
Three to go.
Do you want to do the last three?
Oh, they're only going to come out as a two, mate. Doesn't matter. I can do the last three if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can do this one, and we'll do one each, and I'll do the Betters at the finish. You do this one.
You do this.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, here's our last three lots for to sell tomorrow. Lot 1074, a What the Hill filly. Lot 1077, a Sweet Lou filly. And lot 1079, a Better's Delight filly. What the Hill filly, out of the mare Experiment by the great Sundon, whose blood has been dominant in New Zealand and Australia for quite a number of years. October foal, and as I said before, a more recent What the Hill filly we sold was Your Right Dull out of this Weanling sale, who's made over $100,000. Lot 1077, Sweet Lou filly out of the Better's Delight mare Fancy Dress. 2 dams on the page, and more importantly, the West Australian Derby winner, sold by us, Just Dance, another Weanling sale purchase out of this family. 2 generations on the page. Lot 1077, an October filly by Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou has another full book in Australia this season, books full and closed, and probably nearly full and closed for 26-27. Lot 1079, and probably another filly, and they'll be on a lot of people's radars. I'll be hanging around all day for this girl, the Better's Delight filly out of the Christian Cullen mare Georgia Brook. As Cam said before, Better's Delight now the sire of over progeny with over $600 million in the locker. The 27-year-old is now the leading 2-year-old sire in Australia and New Zealand this year. Just a little bit of a note for our thoroughbred friends, there's never been a more dominant sire in the history of either sport as Better's Delight has been. The Better's Delight Christian Cullen cross needs no introduction. It's been dominant, it's left millionaires, it's left double millionaires. So set your sights here, lot 1079, a Better's Delight filly, 1077, a Sweet Lou filly, and 1074, a What the Hill filly.
I gotta go. What do you want me to do?